My word, have I got a lot of things to tell you, but it's going to have to wait till later on in the episode because PSG's crown may be about to slip. Welcome back to part 18 of this save managing Marseille with me, the Gobby Gaffer, over here in France. And we need to have a quick look at that league table just to fill you in on what's going to happen. 3 games of the season left and PSG's crown, as I said, could be about to slip. So the situation is Marseille, top of the league, 78 points. Paris Saint-Germain in second place, 7 points behind on 71. 3 games to play. Surely we can't throw this away. But we do have PSG to play in the league. We've got Metz, Paris Saint-Germain and then Nantes. Those 3 games are very important. We could do it in the Metz game. We could tie it all up with a win in that one because Paris Saint-Germain would not be able to catch us. But as you can see there, Paris Saint-Germain did knock us out of the French Cup and 3-2 at their place. So quite a narrow win for them. But you know what? I'd sacrifice the French Cup all day long for PSG's crown. Can we do it? We're going to jump straight in the dugout. No faffing around today. And, well, let's hope we can get that shiny silverware and grab PSG's crown. Okay, the lineup for today. What I have been trying to do, I've been trying to confuse the AI a little bit. All of this might be in my own head. I'm not sure. But I've been playing Football Manager a long time now. And what I generally find is if you play the same formation and the same tactic over and over again, and you're winning games and everything's going fine, when it comes to a crunch game, the game decides then, oh, we know this tactic, we know this formation, we know how to beat it. And like I say, it might just be in my own head, but I kind of feel like if you just switch it round a little bit and just tweak 1 or 2 things, the AI, oh, what's he done here? Oh, we're not quite sure. And the AI forgets that it's an important game. So we've gone to 2 up top. We're playing Tarati in goal. Urbig is back on a fitness today, but Tarati's been doing a good job for us. So Tarati in goal. Back 4 of Merlin, Silla, Baidu and Gendry. 3 in midfield of Banabe, Ketchta and Psg'S. And we have 2 strikers of Amayor and Vitinha. And Spurzian is going to just play behind them as an attacking midfielder. And the game is underway and we get a highlight on the 39 seconds and it's Metz with the ball. So, I did say it in the lead up to this game, but Football Manager, we do not need any edge of the seat drama today. None of that is needed. We just need a win. A 1-0 scruffy win will do me absolutely down to the ground. But as you can see here, Metz have got the best of the opening exchanges. And they've had 2 shots, 1 on target. We are going to up the mentality to attacking because we need to take the game to them. 3 shots, 2 on target. Now the XG has jumped to 0.57. A win here and PSG crown is ours. But we do have to get that win. PSG have already played their game and they did win it. So they're up to 4 points behind us now. So as you can see, we're absolutely battering the living daylights out of them. 10 shots, 5 on target, an XG of 1.14. But of course, we do come back to another Metz highlight. And it does look like we are going to get today, we're going to get a Football Manager edge of the seat drama episode. And this happened like the end of last season. We were on top of the league all season. And then this is going to go in the back of the net, this. We were on top of the league all season, and then in the last few games, PSG actually turned it on. And well, actually, they were allowed to turn it on. We actually fluffed our lines, and they won the league again. And it's all Metz this game. It's all Metz. All of the highlights are all Metz, and this is just ridiculous. Header there. Can we pick that ball up? We head it. So we. Don't kick him, don't kick him. Lovely tackle from Spurzian. Lovely tackle. So coasting at a half-time now, and we have a 50% ratio there, 10 shots, 5 on target. But we do need to put that ball in the back of the net. And a nice 3-0 win here would have been absolutely perfect. Would have kept the nerves down, and we could have just said, right, let's sit back and enjoy the day. But no, the game is keeping us on the edge of our seats. Gendry, and the keeper there, well, makes a bit of a... I don't know what that save was, really. He didn't look like he was expecting that to come to him. But he does make the save importantly. Now, we're getting a highlight. Put the flags out. It's nearly half-time. First highlight. Psg'S now. He's going to slide this back to Merlin, is he? Or is he going to go infield with it? Goes infield. Psg'S back out to onto that side. Merlin now. No, and that comes to nothing. So half-time, we are going to say we're disappointed, and let's just have a quick look at what's going on. Any tiredness? See, we don't even have any tiredness. That kind of performance generally is generated by a very tired team. We don't have a tired team. So okay, we've given them a disappointed. We've had a word with them. 12 shots, 5 on target, XG of 1.34 now. Back with another Mets highlight. I don't know why the game has to do... Well, I do know, I suppose, but I don't know why the game just can't give you the win that you need. And why it has to do this, I've no idea. That's going in the back of the net. So Mets are winning 1-0. What a surprise. What a surprise. This game, oh my word, is it frustrating. Okay, 59 minutes on the clock, and obviously my tinkering to try and confuse the AI has just not worked. And I think this is another one of those. We're not allowed to say that the games are scripted, but I think it is. No matter what I do in this game, I don't think we're going to win it. But you never know. So we've gone to one up top now. We brought the young kid Ibrahim on. And because one of the little bits of news that I was going to tell you later on is that he's now being classed as a wonder kid. We paid $6.5 million for him, and he's a brilliant little player. He will develop into one of the best players in the French league. And back to a highlight, 70 minutes on the clock, and as you can see here, there's very, very little happening. This free-flowing football that we've been playing all season and, looking absolutely brilliant has now all disappeared. And we're getting beat by Mets, and it's just a bit of a joke, really. Even the change that have made has not made any difference, and Mets are just playing the ball around us now like they're PSG, and it wouldn't at all surprise me if they don't get a second goal here. Okay, 2 more changes. Harrott has just come back off injury, but he's going to play as the attacking midfielder now, and the young kid Griffiths has come on as the box-to-box. But 74 minutes, and it's another Mets highlight. We're not allowed to have the ball, I don't think, in this game. And it's another typical football manager trait. Can we know? You see, we very nearly had that ball then, but we're not allowed to have it. Come on, football manager, do the right thing. Otherwise, I'm going to blow my top. You need to do the right thing now. You need to give us 2 goals at the end of this game and let us win the game and win the league. Because this is just... We've not lost a game like this all season. But we're doing exactly... Well, the game's got us doing exactly what it did last season. Exactly. Fired over the top. So it's having us playing like a gang of buffoons when it really matters. When the points are at stake. Another Mets highlight. This is getting silly. Come on, football manager. You're making the game look like a complete and utter buffoon. Merlin now. Come on, I've made some changes. I've changed the formation. I've put fresh legs on. Do the right thing, football manager. Do the right thing. PSG didn't have this problem in their game. They just won their game. Just like that. Not a problem. They won it. Because they needed to win it. Harrett into Vitinha. And of course, Vitinha's strike there, which normally would hit the back of the net. And the keeper saves it. About 10 minutes of the game left now. The game's obviously decided, hasn't it? I mean, look at this. We're getting another Mets highlight. We should be absolutely battering the living daylights out of their goal now. And, with 10 minutes to go of the game, it's a Mets highlight. I mean, come on. Come on. Reality, anybody? Reality? Psg'S picks the ball up. I'm getting so fed up. So fed up of this game. Ball to Psg'S now. Psg'S down that side. He has come on for Merlin. Vitinha, again, he's not allowed to score. Vitinha's been scoring them all season. Leading goal scorer for us. And, you know, the game just flicks its switch. It flicks its switch. And there's not a lot that you can do, really. Bernabé floats the ball in. Ibrahim picks the ball up. I mean, can we get a point out of the game even? Gendry, no. No, not even allowed to do that. So it's a 1-0 loss against Metz. I mean... So 2 games to play. The game has got its way. And so frustrating, so frustrating. This is why, in my opinion, FIFA is a much better game, because at least you've got control. You know, if you concede a goal, well, it's your own fault because you didn't cover. In this game, once you press that button, it's completely out of your hands, and the game will just do what it wants to do. And it's getting its own way again. It's doing exactly the same thing as it did last season. PSG now are just the 4 points behind us with 2 games to play. So there's 6 points to play for, and they're absolutely getting their way. Oh, by the way, goal difference. Yeah, PSG just won one of their games, 8-1, to jump their goal difference above us. If you remember, if you watched last season, they did exactly the same thing last season. I think they scored 15, 16 goals in 3 games to bump their goal difference up. Oh, my word. Beam me up, Scotty. Well, I did say I didn't want a football manager, keep us on the edge of our seats episode. But that's exactly what we got. It's typical football manager. We go into the game now against PSG. And of course, if they, well, let's say when they win this game, they'll just be the 1 point behind us with 1 game to play. Scripted, anyone? So I'm not sure if I've shown you this before, but this is a perfect example of how to play Football Manager or not play it, as the case may be. So you have to read these things very carefully, and we have to have a team meeting with the players here. So this is obviously with the title at stake now. I think we get the best reaction if we ease the pressure on the players and tell them they're not expected to win. I mean, I feel like I do nothing but complain about this game. But in real life, what manager would go into a dressing room like this, in this situation, and say to the players, "You're all right, lads. If you get beat today, it's fine. Don't worry about it." Okay, so we've got to ease expectations, because if we say the wrong thing, the players will be grumpy. So I think, having looked at them all, I think it's already been a great season for us to get within 1 point of winning the title. There's no need to feel like you've failed if we don't quite get the result we need. I mean, no manager. To be quite honest, if I was a chairman of a club and my manager went into the dressing room and said that to my players, he would get fired on the spot. But that's what we have to say. And 25 players truly believed in my team talk. Do I want these players on the pitch playing for me? No, I don't. I cogs are whirring, you know. It's I'm off. I'm somewhere else, me now. I'm off to, I don't know, Dortmund, Bayern Munich, somewhere where the players do believe that they can win. Absolute joke. Okay, as per usual, it's a big game, and they've robbed me of one of my best players. So Vitinha got injured just before the game. So I'm down to 1 striker, basically. So we're going to play the formation that we've been playing most of the season. And by the way, let me just say that loss against Metz, the only other game we've lost in the league all season was against Nice, if you remember. I think it was either the first or second game of the season we lost. And then all the rest of the season's been absolutely hunky-dory in the league. And we'll lose to Metz 3 games before the end of the season. The team is Tarati in goal, back 4 of Merlin, Silla, Baidu and Gendry, 3 in midfield, Bernabé, Ketchta and Psg'S. And another thing, just again for new players, if you get these lines, these solid green lines between players, If you actually hover over them, it will tell you what they mean. But it means that those players are very comfortable playing with each other, and they've got used to each other's playing style. If you get dotted lines, that means that they don't form a good partnership. So at the moment, we're looking very, very good there. The two defensive players, central defenders, are looking very, very good together. The midfield three, very tight-knit, looking very good together. We have Psg'S and Harrit. Harrit back today as a shadow striker, and we have Amior up front. And the game is underway. I've no idea what we can expect from this game. Like I say, you press the button and, well, anything can happen. PSG this season, we've had a 1 win, 1 draw and 1 loss. So can we do it in this game? We are going to step up, I think. Are we going to step it up to? No, we're not. At the moment, we're not. PSG have the first highlight. So Mendes throws the ball there. We do need to try and keep it tight. Don't let them get an early goal. Ball fired over the top of the goal. But we do need some highlights in this game now, Football Manager. Can we please have some highlights? I'd like to see us hitting the back of the net. We are going to go attacking, I think. We're going to pile the pressure on. 4 shots, 2 on target. Amior. And that was very, very, very poor. And we spoke about this a few games ago on camera, that he's a very decisive striker, Amior. Whenever he gets the ball, he definitely knows where the goal is. And that was... Oh, Harrit! Harrit has come back off injury. We're 1-0 ahead against PSG. And I was just saying there about that shot from Amior, or that... I don't know what he was doing. It looked like he was passing it to the goalkeeper. And I mean, he even tripped over his laces there. But fortunately, we do pick up the scraps. Nice crossing, and Harrit heads the goal. And half an hour on the clock. And I think we are going to go to the second tactic just till half time. I have been doing this, and it's been working to fairly decent effect. So let's just see if we can play a low block and cautious till half time. Try and keep it tight. Stop them getting back into the game. Can it work? I don't know. Okay, we are getting a few highlights now. Harrit plays the ball back to Gendry. Gendry into Amior. And Amior, that really decisive striker that we've spoken about before. And in this game, he's looking, well, not at his best. Ketchner plays the ball back to Bernabé. This is all very well, but we do have to be careful. We're playing PSG here, remember. So let's not try and be too clever with the ball. Just nice short passing, find a white shirt. Harrit now, he's going to have a run. He's got runners. Harrit now, down this right-hand side. He's got runners in the penalty area. He decides to come back to Gendry. Gendry, what's Gendry going to do with this? Passes it back to Psg'S. We've got runners in the penalty area again. That's headed out. And that unfortunately comes to nothing. And I'm not quite sure. Actually, I was going to say I don't see why that was a highlight. We have nicked the ball back. Psg'S hits the frame of the goal again. Oh my word. It's a count to 10 moment, isn't it? Okay, compose. Right, what we're going to say here. We're going to say we're pleased. And we're delivering that team talk. How are we doing? Psg'S looking very, very tired. So Harrit is going to shift over. And we're going to bring Ibrahim on as the shadow striker. Bernabé looking quite tired as well. Not quite sure what we can do there, really. He might have to play on, to be quite honest. I don't think it's a good idea to let PSG come at us. So I think we are going to have to go onto the attack again. So let's try this now for the second half. 6 shots, 3 on target. PSG to this point have an XG of 0.24 and have yet to have a shot on target. So PSG are coming back into this game. 2 shots on target now, but we do have a highlight. Harrit swings the ball into the penalty area. We've hit the frame of the goal again. I'm saying nothing. Ball's headed out there. Gendry's going to pick this one up. And this is not a great phase of the game to be very tired in now. Harrit is looking absolutely shattered. Benabi is looking absolutely shattered. I think we are going to have to bring Griffiths on. We'll just shift those two around a little bit. Anything else we can do there? We need somebody in for Harrit, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring Sands on for Harrit, and Sands is just going to drop into that middle there. And we'll leave the rest of it as it is, I think, for now. So the stats have us really well on top in this game. We are going to make some more changes now. About 10 minutes of the game to go. Bitsiabu, we can't bring home on, unfortunately, because he's out injured. So we are going to have to persevere with Gendry. Who else can we bring on? I think we're going to bring on Belurdi, who can play as a DM. And we're going to drop to this formation now. I know it's looking a little bit imbalanced, but we are going to drop now to that second tactic. 10 minutes of the game left. Can we actually do this? The stats would have the game given to us. If PSG come back from this, then it would be a travesty. We've done it. We've pinched PSG's crown. We've nicked it off them. And that is absolutely brilliant and amazing. And, well, that last game, we'll forget about that. We'll forget about the Mets game. This is absolutely brilliant. 2.5 years in charge, or 2.5 seasons in charge of Marseille. And we've actually won the French First Division. And PSG, well, PSG can go and do one, because we've actually taken their crown and it feels absolutely brilliant. And with a game to spare as well. And now we'll be able to tell you about some of the exciting news just to round off this episode. We don't need to watch that last game. But come on, lads. This is brilliant. You know what? It's Gobby Gaffer 1, Football Manager 0. And I love it. So that's actually the double this season. So if we're going to count the Trophée des Champions as well, and well, we beat PSG for that one. That's a double this season. So we won the league as well. And well, all the moaning and groaning in the Mets game, it's a thing of the past. It still drives me potty, this game. I don't understand, other than, like I say, Football Manager keeping you on the edge of your seat. They had to throw that result in there, didn't they? Mets only our second loss of the season. But then, of course, then it was edge of the seat job, playing Paris Saint-Germain. At the beginning of the season, you would look at that and say, yeah, that's that. You know, we've thrown 3 points away, but we've done it and we've won the league, and I can't complain at all. Okay, let's get stuck into some of this exciting news. So the game seems to be working in strange ways at the moment. Normally, I'm used to the PC version, and generally in that you don't get the budgets until the end of the season. At the moment, we seem to be getting the budgets when we've actually qualified for the Champions League, which seems a bit strange. But anyway, so the budgets have been announced. It was announced, off camera. The keen-eyed amongst you there will see that the original budget was 33 million. So yeah, we did get 33 million in the transfer budget. The wage budget was bumped up to 2.4 million. So as you can see there, we're looking okay. Again, the keen-eyed amongst you will see I've actually spent most of that money already. Overall balance, 65 million in the bank. But I do expect probably 1 or 2 players to go out. So another tip for new players, when you get to kind of, more than 3/4 of the way through the season, in your inbox you will find the next gen list, and basically it's the top 50 wonder kids around the world, and it gives you that list. So Ibrahim was in there. I think he was 22nd out of the 50. He's classed as a wonder kid. Bought him for 6.5 million. I have got a video on how to do that. You go into player search and then you ask for younger players, but with international caps. And that's how I found him. He wasn't classed as a wonder kid when I bought him, but he is now. And as we've seen in game, he's a very, very good player. But anyway, like I say, probably do need to make a video on this, but it's just catching it at the right time. So when that list comes up, it's a bit laborious, but what you should do is scout every single one of those players. All those 50 players, scout them all. Now, what you will find is I would say a good, I don't know, 80-85% of them were coming through as brilliant players, coming in, 18-year-olds, 3.5 star with the potential to be 5, but they wanted 65, 80 million for them. Obviously, we can't afford that. But there were one or two who were down, a little bit lower, kind of the 10 to 15 million, level. And one of them was a 19-year-old Jonas Costa, a Brazilian lad, a deep-lying playmaker. He's 19, he's got 4 stars. I mean, this lad is going to be a superstar. I mean, as we already know, we've got Ibrahim in there. And, you bring these wonder kids in and, if you play with them for a few years, then they develop into amazing players. Or they should do, providing you go into, your individual training and train them up on the things that they're probably not quite as good at. But look at this lad here. I mean, not only has he got great vision, he can also put his foot in. And those kind of players, I love in my team in the midfield. Players who've got vision, who've got flair, who can stick a ball through. Ibrahim, we've seen him do it. But this lad can tackle as well. So he can get his foot in and win the ball. 19, Brazilian. Absolutely brilliant. And it's giving him a transfer value of 17.5 million. I think that probably will change. We've already seen the new goalkeeper that's coming in. He's French, so that's ideal, although we don't have any registration rules. But I don't know. I mean, do you kind of take advantage of that in the console version and just say, right, we're going to sign, a squad full of Brazilians? Or do you try and keep it a bit more true to life? So we have signed a French goalkeeper. He's only 23. Trev in the comments, if you read my comments, Trev, who he comments on virtually every video I do, he said he's had this lad and he's very, very good. I am going to have to get rid of a keeper, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen there. It's watch this space really, but he looks very, very good. He's got plenty of time to, to grow and develop. And I think he probably will be the starting goalkeeper for next season. Big. I don't know. I'm repeating myself now, but I don't know whether it's a match engine just showing him to be bad when actually he was quite good. I don't know. I would like, to be honest, I'd like to have a keeper in my team who was getting, top ratings, 7.5, 7.6, but actually in the match engine was throwing himself all over the place and keeping us in games and making brilliant saves. And that's what I would like. I mean, maybe this Psg'S will do that for us. We already know about Adingra coming in, and of course the goalkeeper and Adingra both coming in on free transfers, so not costing us a penny. And I think Adingra will be a good backup striker for us, or I can play him on the wing if he decides to go down that route. I don't think I will at this stage, but he's certainly got I mean, look at he's as quick as anything. We saw him, we had him for a season on loan. Unfortunately, he was out injured for quite a few months, I think, at the beginning. But a very, very good player, and coming in on a free transfer, brilliant business. And this was the other lad who I picked up off the next gen list, 18-year-old French lad again, Logan Boisson. And he's a deep lying forward, or weirdly he can play. And of course this is I need to make a video about this. It's probably going to be in the what I want out of FM25. But so in real life, you've got a player. He can play in the middle, and he can play as a striker, but he can't play there. Really? Okay. It's just a few steps further forward. Whatever you're doing with the ball in the middle, you can do it a few steps further forward, can't you? Oh, Football Manager. Buffoonery. Of course it is. Anyway, let's not get into a soapbox situation here. So again, look at this lad here. I mean, we probably are going to play him centre mid, I would have thought. But, anticipation of 16, composure of 16. I mean, an 18-year-old who is that composed, he can dribble, he's passing and technique. I mean, I don't need to read the stats out for you. Looks an absolutely brilliant signing. So potentially next season, Griffiths will be going back off his loan. He's a wonder kid. He's from Manchester City. But potentially next season, we're going to be starting with 3 wonder kids in the team. And to be fair, not cost us an awful lot. I think, both of these two, the Brazilian lad and the French lad here, I think they've cost us a total of about 30 million. I have put a little bit on the drip. I am starting to do that. I'm getting fed up with the board. They won't give me any money, so I'm going to use it the way that suits me. Little bit on the drip, but I've spent most of my money. So the thing now is that our player's going to go out, and I think we probably are going to get rid of a goalkeeper, or let a goalkeeper go. That's probably a nicer way of putting it. And just having a quick look down the squad there, we are starting to get some value in this squad now. I mean, Amior, the new centre forward, he's only 21, he's worth 112 million. I mean, as we've seen, you can take these figures with a pinch of salt, but I don't know. Again, answers on a postcard. I always kind of look at those figures and think, right, 50% discount because it's Football Manager, so he's probably worth about 60 million if we wanted to sell him. We don't. So Eze, who's picked up quite a few injuries towards the end of the season, that would be a great shame if he became injury prone, because he's a 4-star player and he's been absolutely brilliant in that shadow striker role. But we've not seen him for a couple of months now, so that's not great. But as you can see, there's some really good value. If we get any offers coming in for any of those players, we may well have to look look seriously at them. The interesting one to me is Jonas Erbig, goalkeeper. He's worth 38 million. I mean, if we could get anywhere near that for him with the new lad coming in, then, potentially that would give us anything from, 20, 25 million to spend. And bring in possibly another, quality player. So what I've done with the next gen list, when I've scouted them, I've actually put them onto the short list. So I've got a record of them. So any of those players who are, I don't think we'd be able to buy a lot of them for 20 to 25 million, but there will be players in there. And some of them will lose a bit of value. It's when the scouting thing comes through, they're given a value, but they will lose. Some of them will gain, but some of them will lose a bit of value. So there may be a player or two in there that, depending on what we can sell players for, we might be able to strengthen the team with a couple more wonder kids. And going forward, that's absolutely brilliant for the squad. Okay, one last look at the league, and doesn't that look nice? One game to play still, and we've actually won the league there with a bit to spare. It was a little bit squeaky bum time at the end there, wasn't it? But anyway, we came through, and we're champions of the French league. And PSG, well, like I said in commentary, they can go and do one. Okay, I still have one game to play. Obviously, I'll play that off camera now. But the shiny silverware is in the cabinet already. And, that cabinet, I think, is going to need to be extended, because this Marseille team is it's only going one way, and that is up. We're doing very, very well. And Champions League is, that's the next target. I still don't know whether we're good enough for it, but that's definitely the next target. As for transfers, I think there will be some. I'm not going to do a specific transfer episode this time. The next episode will be, at the beginning of the season, and I'll show you if I've done any more business, sales or purchases. I think there probably might be one or two players still to come in, because, like I say, we don't really need Jonas Erbig now. Now we've got this French lad coming in as the new keeper. But lots to be hopeful about for next season. Champions of the French League. We won the Trophée des Champions. I don't know who won the French Cup. I don't really care, to be quite honest. PSG are welcome to it. But on the face of it, all our transfer business is already done. And the season has not finished yet. So sometimes it happens like that for you. And this time it has happened. We got those budgets early, which allowed me to spend 30 million before the season was even finished. And that is absolutely amazing because, you know, sometimes players, you can pick players up early on or very late on. You know, when you think, oh, it's a bit desperate, this, the transfer window's opened, I need to go in and buy some players. No, start looking at players early on, expired contracts, all of that kind of thing. Players coming late on, you know, 2 or 3 days before the transfer window shuts. You can still pick some really good players up. Use your director of football. He will always come up with a little gem now and again. But like I say, on the face of it, transfer business is done. It won't be, I'm pretty sure. I think we probably will bring 1 or 2 more faces in. Still have to look at the tactic and the formation. Are we going to use that next season? I think the answer off the top of my head is yes, we will, because it's been successful for us this season. But who knows? You need to stick with it. Stick with the gobby gaffer, words of wisdom, all of that kind of thing. And we'll see you in the next episode when the new season will be starting. We'll be into a new Champions League campaign. And, well, can we win that Trophée des Champions again? I mean, PSG might not win the French Cup. We might. I think it's Rennes against PSG in the French Cup. So we might be playing Rennes in that. I think it probably will be PSG. And they'll want their revenge. Stick around. It's going to be fun.